The door to the Deathless. Uh-oh, it's locked. Okay, we'll go this way. Everything here is trying to prevent an attack. We were talking yesterday about right effort, and these plants are a great example of that. I feel like I'm in a new, different world. So this is my dear friend Art Howe. Art and I have known each other for about 20 years, and we actually connected through Art being at it wasn't a convention.
Mind and Life conference.
Mind and Life conference where His Holiness the Dalai Lama was speaking, and Art was really impressed with my teacher Ajahn Amaro, and so he wanted to invite him to go visit this little tiny school called Wabash College in Indiana. And Art found the website, was looking through the bios, and saw that I had written in my bio that I had attended Wabash College.
Yeah, close, not quite.
Okay.
I was very impressed with the Ajahns' comments at the conference. They just expressed wisdom in a profound way. And I wanted to look it up to find more about this crazy place called Abhayagiri, however it is spelled. And because there were about, a dozen and a half to 2 dozen monks at the time, I took the time to look through the bios, and I saw one of the monks, Wabash College, with this monk with the crazy name Jodi Palo. And so I reached out because Wabash guys always hang together.
Right.
And
from the hills of Maine to the Western Plains.
Plains, yeah, exactly. And Kathy and I, we were about 2 years into our relationship at that point, came on out a few months later and met you in person. And we helped sponsor you on one of your tudongs, and helped provided you some accommodations when you fell ill briefly, and we've helped sponsored some other trips and travels, and you have been extremely supportive since Kathy suddenly passed away and died on May 18th of this year. So it's a joy for you to be out. It's a joy to spend time with you. You very kindly did a Dhamma teaching in Kathy's memory and honor at Sequoia Springs Trauma Healing Center here in Tucson yesterday. But it's bittersweet also, because you being here reminds me that my wife is here with me in spirit, but no longer here with me physically. Tough.
Yes. Same day or day after, Art reached out to me through an email, and I immediately called him. And my first comment to him was, Kathy, she lived probably the most skillful life of almost any person I've ever known.
She did. I mean, she was a human being like all of us, but she was motivated by compassion and wisdom in her actions. And she was a lawyer, but she was also a yoga teacher, and she was a wonderful sister to her siblings and daughter to her parents, and was a wonderful life companion. It's heartwarming, but it's still heartbreaking at the same time.
Exactly. Thank you for organizing the teachings yesterday and for supporting me in almost every single aspect of the requisites for a monk. Art and Kathy helped provide, and it looks like it's going to be a continued friendship.
Yeah, head to toe. We a couple of decades ago we helped you with shoes, and this trip
Sunglasses.
Nice pair of Oakley.
Yeah, thanks, Art. So Art was telling me that Kathy found this carving. It's called a Kachina doll. the Hopi, carved from probably cottonwood root. Isn't this spectacular? Gives me an idea. Ajahn Son has asked me to carve a Dhammachakra wheel at Birken, and wouldn't that be fascinating to be able to have figures like this in the wheel? Beautiful. Disappeared. Oh, there he is. Hi, baby. It's a baby.
Yep.
I'll follow you. Rudy the rattlesnakes.
The idea is you simply slow and guide the water that falls on the ground so that it drops any soil that it was eroding away, and it, because it's slowed, will infiltrate the ground. It's better for the plants. More plants means better for the animals, means more water goes into the ground, so more water into the ground table.
What are these?
Barrel cactus.
Barrels.
One of the more spectacular saguaro are these two over here.
What were we saying? How many years is it before they...
About 75 years before they put out a arm. So you can imagine how old they are, because they've got, even the arms have arms.
Yeah. The arms have arms. And you said that first period they're actually producing weapons.
Yeah, the youngest saguaro spend most of their energy protecting themselves with their own spines, because they do not want to be eaten. And it's only once they get 1 to 5 years old that they really start putting some height on. So our mailbox back there,
Yeah.
it's just a simple mailbox, the same as anyone else here in the HOA. The prior owners had welded insects
that's
that were
right.
mounted on them. And Kathy, even though I liked them, Kathy did not. Kathy wanted to get rid of them.
So where did you put them?
So we had a compromise. Kathy and I wanted to put up a rain gauge, and the rain gauge had to be in an open area, cactus wren.
So the rain gauge.
So the rain gauge needed to be away from the house in an open area. And so the way you do that is you put up a post and you set it in concrete. And the agreement that we reached before Kathy died was that I would move the welded insects from the post office, or from the mailbox, to the rain gauge. And so whenever I come out, and I check this gauge daily to report rainfall.
And that's how much rain we got this year. This
Well,
year.
we've gotten a good bit of rain this monsoon season, but the last days, 0.
Yeah. Can you explain that? Arizona has a monsoon season?
Yeah, there is a North American monsoon that hits central and northern Mexico, parts of West Texas, such as El Paso, most of New Mexico, and most of Arizona, although Tucson gets more monsoon rain than Phoenix, and Phoenix gets more than Flagstaff. And the monsoon, it's a bimodal precipitation distribution, i.e. it's a distribution with 2 peaks. Half of our rain, here we get somewhere between 12 to 13, oh wow, beautiful sunset.
Mm-hmm.
We get about 12 to 13 inches of rain a year. A lot of variability in that number, but on average 12 to 13 inches. and about half of it falls in the wintertime as a slow, gradual, more generally distributed rain. And in the summertime, it's driven by monsoon thunderstorm clouds, which means that when it comes down hard, it comes down fast, and you get lots and lots of rain, but it's very localized. And so we might have an inch of rain here, and 2 miles away they could have 0 rain that day. And you can see how the rain will carve a dry wash here that will be dry 90%, 95, 99% of the year, but when it's raining, it comes down hard.
So Michael just told me his favorite one of his favorite Stephen Wright jokes, which
Skydiving, and if you're one of those people who always fail the first time you try something, don't try skydiving.
we had another one too. 3.
I almost married a psychic. She dumped me before we met.
That's my 3rd time hearing that joke, and I still laugh. Is my bag on?
Yes, it is. It was the black bag with the red strap around
Okay,
it.
great. First class treatment all the way.
Oh,